Soul Land Episode 187 Original Novel DouLuo DaLu. Chapter 220. Sea God's Light. TL by Bagelson. Tang San's blue eyes glinted. Mubai, I don't know whether you've noticed, but when this purple-clothed sea spirit master heard about our first trial, his eyes revealed a somewhat pitying light. You can imagine the dreadfulness of that sea god's light. Dai Mubai smiled in spite of himself. Little San, amazing as always. How about this, afterwards you bring your Tang sect to the Star Luo Empire. You can have any minister post you want, what do you think? Tang San smiled. You want to lure me in? Aren't you afraid the Heaven Do Empire will fight you? Shifting the Tang sect over to your Star Luo Empire isn't any easy matter. Before he left, in Emperor Shuiye gifting him the vast sea cosmic shroud, as well as Shui Bing's manner, one could faintly see the Emperor's meaning of support. No matter from which point of view, it was impossible for Tang San to leave the Heaven Do Empire for Star Luo. He could not only consider himself, but also the reactions of the whole Tang sect and the Heaven Do Empire. Dai Mubai sighed, saying, "It seems I can only lament that Shrek Academy wasn't established in our Star Luo Empire." Away from Seahorse City, the purple-clothed sea spirit master said to everyone. The way from Seahorse City isn't a short distance. All honored guests, should we move a bit quicker? Tang San asked. How far is it from here? The purple-clothed sea spirit master said. The Forbidden Grounds is within the ring-shaped sea at the center of Sea God Island. From here it's about 200 li. Hearing what he said, everyone had an understanding of the area of the Sea God Island. This immense island unexpectedly had a diameter of 400 li. It clearly showed its size. Then we'll hurry up, we'll trouble you to lead the way. Even though 200 li wasn't too far, it might still take at least a day. Only traveling at full speed could they reach it in a short time. When the purple-clothed sea spirit master asked, he had turned to Tang San, clearly because of that golden trident mark on Tang San's forehead. With Tang San's agreement, this spirit master immediately released his spirit. White, yellow, purple, 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 black, black, an astonishing 7 spirit rings appeared. He was unexpectedly a spirit sage level power. After he released his spirit, his whole body was covered with fine scales, his whole body glinting. Since he didn't make it clear, everyone didn't know what spirit this was. After gesturing to everyone, this purple-clothed spirit master abruptly accelerated, the way he moved extremely peculiar. His legs practically didn't leave the ground, but the pace of his steps was extremely high, and he shot forward like an arrow. Nobody dared be neglectful, also releasing their own spirits. Bai Chenxiang spread her wings, chasing after that purple-clothed spirit sage in practically just a flash. The others weren't slow either, simultaneously releasing their spirits and accelerating, dashing forward. For a short time after the purple-clothed sea spirit master sped up, he feared everyone wouldn't be able to keep up. After all, even though Seahorse DouLuo had told them these people were respected guests, they were still too young. But after he turned to look, he couldn't help drawing a cool breath. No longer holding back, and accelerating with full force. Leaving the deepest expression in his mind was naturally Tang San, with a golden trident brand on his forehead, and enveloped by a bright red spirit ring. Very soon, the Shrek 7 devils came to experience some of the difference between sea spirit masters and land spirit masters. Generally, after spirit masters reached the spirit sage level, they would undergo a qualitative leap. This bit was the same for both sea spirit masters and land spirit masters. Consequently, as a spirit sage, this purple-clothed sea spirit master definitely had much stronger spirit power than they did. However, as he accelerated at full force, let alone agility attack type Zhu Zuqing and pure speed type Bai Chenxiang, even the others could very easily keep up. The strength sea spirit masters could display on dry land really couldn't compare to land spirit masters. Only the ocean was their true stage. As a result of such circumstances, everyone basically followed this purple-clothed sea spirit master at full speed. To ordinary people, 200 li might take 2 days on foot, and a full day even on horse. But to high-level spirit masters traveling at full speed, it was just the work of a couple of hours. They'd rested a couple of hours after lunch, and since it was now winter so it got dark early, consequently, as the sun set in the west and the horizon was lit by red clouds, the Shrek 7 devils arrived at their destination. Passing through another dense grove, as the purple-clothed sea spirit master halted, the Shrek 7 devils were already stupefied by the scene before them. The gleaming reflection of the setting sun off clear and crystalline waves caused countless specks of light, and encircled by that ring-shaped sea was a small island. The terrain on the island was very high, up to 500 meters or so. Most astonishing was that the little island was enveloped by a layer of faint golden light. Even though it wasn't intense, the Shrek 7 Devils still saw that it absolutely wasn't the light of the setting sun, but rather the luster of that little island itself. At the peak of the little island was a building as if sculpted from white jade, square, domed. From where they stood they could only make out that the outside was one giant white rock pillar after another. And the quality of all of it was sparkling and translucent, filled with a divine radiance. This is the forbidden ground. Daimyo Bai muttered. The purple-clothed sea spirit master's eyes were filled with piety. Yes, this is the forbidden ground of our sea god island, the revered Lord Sea God's Hall. It's the only building at the peak of the Sea God's Peak. It's also the true Sea God's Island, also known as the island within the island. Please look, in front of you is a flight of steps on the island. That is the place you must pass your trial. Altogether 1001 steps. Only Sea God Island protectors who have passed the Lord Sea God's purple level trial or higher are entitled to enter the Sea God's Hall to worship. Otherwise, they will be obstructed by the Sea God's light. If everyone wants to attempt to pass the trial, go right ahead. I will wait for you here. But please by no means cause a racket, so as not to disturb the Lord Sea God. Everyone looked in the direction he indicated. Sure enough, a flight of stairs spread downwards from just in front of the Sea God's Hall, shining under the light of the sunset. The white stone steps reflected the light, and looked just like jade the whole way up the Sea God Mountain. Looking face to face, the Shrek 7 Devils were just about to set out when that purple-clothed sea spirit master hastily said as if recalling something. Honored guests, when you begin your trial, if you can't do it then don't force it. As long as you retreat down the mountain, you naturally won't be harmed. The Sea God's light might be the only one of your future trials that is without danger, so there's no need to be too restrained. Tang San nodded with a smile. Many thanks for your directions. Only, there's no need to wait for us here. We don't know how long it will take to pass this trial. We've brought rations. The purple-clothed sea spirit master hesitated a moment, but still said. Doesn't matter. Everyone don't mind me. Actually, to be able to be tried by the Lord Sea God's light is a good thing. Only black-level trials will have this opportunity. Without the Lord Sea God's permission, us sea spirit masters who have already passed the trials can't enter the range of the forbidden grounds. Hearing him say this, Tang San's heart moved slightly, no longer saying anything else, he called out to his comrades, and held Xiao Wu's slender waist, taking the lead to leap up, going straight for that ring-shaped sea. The sea ring was about 200 meters wide, and the waves weren't large. Rather than calling it a sea, it was more accurately a ring-shaped lake. Of course, the water was still sea water, it was unknown how it entered the island. This time it wasn't Seahorse DouLuo's trial for them, so everyone had a much easier time reaching the Sea God Mountain. Those who could fly flew, those who couldn't only needed to rely on Oscar's flying mushroom sausage to reach the other bank. As everyone flew over the ring sea, they suddenly discovered that within its range, apart from Bai Chen Xiang, everyone began to emit faint light. Among them, Daimyo Bai, Oscar, Zhu Zuqing, Ma Hongjun emitted black light, while Ning Rongrong and Xiao Wu now had a red luster. And Tang San's body had a faint golden light. The light was exactly the same as what their trials had finally stabilized on. When such a light appeared on their bodies, the purple-clothed sea spirit master on the shore suddenly changed expression, calling out. Not good. However, he was still too late. As the Shrek 7 Devils and Bai Chenxiang entered the range of the ring sea, suddenly, everyone simultaneously felt an indescribable pressure abruptly rush out from the ring sea below them. Immediately afterward, an enormous shadow broke the surface, directly targeting Bai Chenxiang. That was a fish, about 5 meters long, teeth like long pikes in the front of its mouth, practically a third of the length of its body. After it suddenly leaped up from the water, its whole body glinted with black light, once again accelerating, charging at Bai Chenxiang like a black bolt of lightning. Tang San and the others had never expected an attack like this, and Bai Chenxiang also flew furthest ahead, there wasn't enough time to help her. Fortunately Bai Chenxiang had followed the Shrek 7 Devils in this time, and had grown a lot no matter whether in knowledge or practical experience. Suddenly having a bad feeling, she abruptly swayed once in midair, forming a sharp corner, dodging the black lightning bolt attack by a narrow margin. The Shrek 7 devils had naturally also heard the purple-clothed sea spirit masters shout from the shore. At this time, they revealed their ability to react. Tang San temporarily handed over Xiaowu to Ning Rongrong's care, and the next instant, he relied on teleportation to reach Bai Chen Xiang. A blue-silver emperor flew out, wrapping around her waist, tying her up behind him. At the same time, a spider web restraint flew out, enveloping that sea spirit beast in midair. The others also swiftly followed. Dai Muba, Ma Hongjun, and Zhu Zuqing formed a triangular defensive formation around Oscar, Ning Rongrong and Xiao Wu. That strange fish was absolutely slippery, even though Tang San had calculated very precisely, it still slightly twisted its body and suddenly changed direction in midair, turning into a black line and once again disappearing into the water. The surface once again became calm. What's going on? Ma Hongjun asked, both alarmed and angry. The purple-clothed sea spirit master previously didn't tell them there would be sea spirit beasts attacking them. Tang San's spiritual force extended, carefully sensing the aura within the ring sea, then again looking over the golden light surrounding him, his starry eyes glinting. I understand. This light should be for protection, keeping the sea spirit beasts within this ring sea from attacking us. But Xiang doesn't have this mission, so the spirit beasts in the ring sea take her for an intruder, and attack her. Right now she's within the protection of my light, and the sea spirit beasts below shouldn't sense her aura, that's why there's no follow-up attack. Let's go quickly, we'll reach the shore first. Everyone listened to Tang San's explanation, nodded, and immediately sped up. In the time of a few breaths they had already successfully passed the 200-meter ring sea and arrived at the other shore. And on one shore the purple-clothed sea spirit master looked distracted. Previously he had really forgotten that among Tang San and the others was someone who wasn't qualified for the trial of the sea god's light. But he still found it difficult to comprehend the circumstances he saw. In his understanding, it was impossible for even spirit masters qualified for the sea god's light trial to use their own protective light to let others safely cross the ring sea. How come Tang San could do it? Actually, he overlooked a problem. It was the first time the trident brand on Tang San's forehead had appeared. How could the sea god's trial equal the black level trials? Safely reaching the foot of the mountain, Tang San released the blue-silver emperor twisted around Bai Chen Xiang. Thank you, third brother. Bai Chen Xiang looked at Tang San, secretly sighing inwardly. Deep in her heart, Tang San was the most perfect man. Only, over these days she had also heard Tang San and Xiao Wu's story from the others, and naturally understood there would only be one person in his heart. Perhaps it was also for this reason that she was even more unwilling to accept Fatty. We're on the same side, no need to be polite. Mubai, we'll try first. Tang San said to Dai Mubai. The steps to climb the sea god mountain was a few dozen meters away from them. The reason why Tang San called Dai Mubai and not just himself, was because his trial was after all different from the others. Therefore, two people trying it out together was a better way to find the answer. Just as they reached the foot of the mountain, they immediately felt a solemn and dignified atmosphere filling the surroundings. It seemed as if some special force was restraining them, and their minds felt heavy. Go! Dai Mubai only spoke one word. The next moment, the two vaulted up, dashing towards the stairs. Peng peng, two muffled thumps echoed practically simultaneously. Just as Dai Mubai and Tang San dashed up to the stairs, they seemed to knock into something, and instantly shot backwards, flying out more than 10 meters. Fortunately the two didn't charge too fiercely before, but even so, they still staggered and tumbled backwards, only managing to catch their balance with difficulty. The two looked at each other, both seeing the overwhelmed expressions in the eyes of the other. What's going on? Everyone gathered around, and Oscar asked. Dai Mubai said. It was like knocking against an elastic wall. However much impulse I had was directly rebounded at me. Basically irresistible. Little San, how about you? Tang San nodded, saying. The same for me. It seems that the start of the stairs is the range truly protected by the sea god's light. Mubai, try shooting a white tiger light wave at an angle. It's fine if you use a little spirit power. Dai Mubai nodded and released his spirit right away. His second spirit ring flashed, his mouth opening wide, and a line of white light shot out at an angle. A strange scene appeared. Everyone only saw a flash of faint golden light, and that white tiger light wave Dai Mubai issued only paused slightly, then rebounded like a bolt of lightning, traveling even faster than when Dai Mubai shot it just now. Its target was straight at Dai Mubai himself. Tang San seemed to have already anticipated this result. A punch blasting out with an explosive sound like a sonic boom of mysterious heaven skill inner strength hitting the air, blocking the reflected white tiger light wave. It seems my conjecture wasn't wrong. As Grand Master's disciple, Tang San was undoubtedly the one of everyone who understood the most about spirits, spirit abilities, and similar. Through the collision and the way the white tiger light wave reflected just now, he had already figured out a lot. This sea god's light is a potent barrier. It should be able to reflect any physical or energy attacks. Moreover, it's not just casually reflecting, but rather only reflecting at the person who launched the attack. Otherwise, because Daimyo Bai's white tiger light wave shot out at an angle just now, it should have been reflected at an angle into empty air. Oscar also seemed to have caught on to something. Like that, wouldn't that be? Tang San nodded, affirming his thoughts. That's right, in other words, when we climb the stairs, we can't use any abilities, otherwise we'll immediately suffer backlash. Ma Hongjun couldn't help saying. Fuck me, this test really is abnormal. Physics and energy are both reflected, then how can we go up? Tang San lowered his voice. It should be that we can only climb step by step while bearing the rebound. If our strength can't endure, then we'll be immediately rebounded. Even though we can't use attack abilities, I think protective and amplifying abilities can still be used. Let's go, we'll try again. Standing before the stairs once again, Tang San was the first to walk forward, slowly raising his right foot, taking a step towards the first step. When his foot just entered the range of the step, he immediately felt a formidable force appear in front of his leg, pushing powerfully to stop him from stepping forward. Gathering mysterious heaven skill within, Tang San slowly placed his foot on the step, and simultaneously brought his body to stand on the first level. His judgment was completely correct. After he stood there completely, he immediately felt a tremendous pressure hiding the sky and covering the earth, forcefully squeezing his body, like the feeling of a squeezed balloon pushing against your fingers. A layer of faint golden mist appeared around him, and Tang San clearly felt his spirit power start to be swiftly consumed. Withstanding the pressure, he again took his second step. Just like he anticipated, when he stepped onto the second step, the pressure increased again, about 10% more than on the first step. Drawing a deep breath, Tang San sped up, taking 3 steps in quick succession, reaching the 5th step. Immediately, the sensation became clearer, the pressure rushing against him like an ocean tide. Tang San made some simple spirit power calculations, and was astonished to discover that just standing firm on this 5th step, would require a 30th rank spirit master to go all out with his full strength. At this time, Daimyo Bai also arrived next to him, enduring equal pressure. The two looked at each other, then continued forward. This time, they walked to the 20 steps position in one breath. Sweat began to appear at their temples, the spirit power within their bodies being consumed at an astonishing rate. Daimyo Bai was the first to react, his first spirit ability White Tiger Barrier, and third spirit ability White Tiger Vajra Transformation launching simultaneously. He started moving forward at a steady pace. Tang San also circulated even stronger spirit power and followed behind him. But starting from the 20th step, each step was so difficult. When they stood on the 30th step, there were already droplets starting to hit the ground. That was sweat. The golden mist surrounding the two of them also clearly grew stronger. Their faces reddening, they were clearly already using all their spirit power. Roar! Under the tremendous pressure, Daimyo Bai roared, spreading his legs, both arms held out on either side in a ring shape, the fur on his body growing wildly, his 5th spirit ring brightening. Circle after circle of golden light constantly rising from below his feet, and with each rising circle, Daimyo Bai's imposing manner would increase somewhat, a golden giant tiger silhouette appearing behind him. That was his 5th spirit ability, White Tiger Devil God form. This moment embodied Tang San's strength. Until now, he still hadn't used any spirit ability, but he'd still advanced at the same pace as Daimyo Bai. This wasn't just because Tang San's spirit power was higher than Daimyo Bai's by 4 ranks. Even more important was that Tang San had 3 more spirit bones. Relying on the amplification of these 3 spirit bones to his body, he could endure even greater pressure. 31 steps, 32 steps, sweat ran like a gushing spring. The two of them clenched their teeth, and kept moving forward. 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Daimyo Bai halted, his spirit power was already being consumed at a frightening rate. Just as he took his 38th step, the spirit power within his body was no longer able to fuel the simultaneous use of 3 great spirit abilities. He came to a halt, and the next moment, his whole body flew off, spinning. Under the immense pressure, he shot into the sky like a cannonball. Putong Dai Mubai was directly thrown into the Ring Sea, and where he fell was unexpectedly almost 70 meters from the shore. It was clear what kind of pressure he had endured before. A pink flying mushroom sausage promptly appeared by Dai Mubai. Eating the sausage, he managed to fly back to the shore. But his complexion was already pale. Oscar and the others clearly saw Dai Mubai's legs actually tremble uncontrollably. He just sat straight on the ground, breathing deeply. So difficult. Everyone revealed serious expressions. They understood that if it was them, it might be impossible to do better. Eating one of Oscar's big recovery sausages, Dai Mubai didn't immediately start recovering his spirit power through cultivation, but rather looked towards the stairs. He wanted to see how far Tang San could reach. Currently, Tang San already stood on the 40th step. But it was also at this time that the clothes on Tang San's back split open, blood-red 8 spider lances breaking out. The lower 4 lances stuck to the ground, supporting his body. Arousing the external spirit bone undoubtedly raised the attributes of Tang San's body, and brought an even denser golden mist. He still didn't pause, and kept slowly climbing. Because Tang San knew that stopping would not only not give him time to recover, but on the contrary consume even more spirit power. It was a spurt of energy at the first drumbeat, declining at the next, and exhausted by the third. At step 45, Tang San's legs felt as heavy as mountains. Just raising them was a tremendous effort. But he still didn't give up, mysterious heaven skill inner strength rushing up within his body like magma. The pressure he bore was already making his bones creak. But the more it was like this, the happier the expression in Tang San's eyes grew. Of course, the other Shrek 7 devils couldn't see it. A circle of faint blue light rose from below Tang San's feet. Dai Mubai saw shocked, as the same time as that blue light appeared, Tang San actually accelerated sharply, climbing 3 steps in a spurt. Indeed, that was the boost of the blue-silver domain. With spirit power at the 68th rank, Tang San finally revealed his strength. 49, 50. Tang San firmly took another 2 steps. But he now discovered that moving even an inch was extremely difficult. Despite already having connected the 8 extraordinary meridians, giving him spirit power recovery rate far exceeding that of others, he didn't have the kind of powerful self-boost abilities Dai Mubai had. Right now, the spirit power within his body was already being exhausted at a rate he couldn't keep up with. Another line of white light broke out. This time Tang San's legs moved in succession, unexpectedly climbing another 5 steps. Death God domain also appeared under the immense pressure. When he used the blue-silver domain, Tang San clearly felt his body grow lighter. Now that the Death God domain appeared, he felt the same. It was drawing on the capability of the domains that he could keep climbing. However, when he stood on step 55, Tang San still halted. In the whole process of climbing before, even though he moved slowly, he'd still kept moving forward. But now, he was finally still. Raising his right leg 3 times, he put it down 3 times. His whole body leaned forward. The 8 spider lances extended behind him began to tremble. Clearly, he couldn't endure longer. It wasn't that Tang San didn't want to use the formidable abilities Invincible Golden Body and Teleportation, but rather that he discovered that under the Sea God's light barrier, his teleportation directly failed, and the Invincible Golden Body could only block attacks, unable to let him take a step further under this frightful obstruction. Finally, Tang San didn't keep moving forward. But neither was he shot out like Dai Mubai was, but rather slowly, retreated step by step. With each step back, the pressure would lighten somewhat. After Tang San had retreated more than 10 steps, he discovered that his body seemed a lot lighter. He didn't dare stop, because the spirit power within his body was close to exhausted. When he took the last 10 steps down, Tang San moved very quickly. The instant he finally withdrew completely from the stairs, and the golden mist surrounding him dispersed, Tang San only felt as if all the pores of his body opened up. The next moment, he had an omnipresent feeling of weakness, and with a putong sound, he directly fell to sit on the ground. Everyone try it. Leaving these words, Tang San managed to sit cross-legged with difficulty, directly starting to meditate. Grandmaster had one saying that Tang San remembered very clearly: pressure, it was the best catalyst for cultivation. As he braved the formidable pressure of the sea god's light to climb the stairs, this was the feeling that appeared in Tang San's heart. Confronting the enormous pressure of the sea god's light, he was happy rather than alarmed. Hadn't they come to Sea God's Island in search of just this kind of pressure? The spirit power in his body being exhausted still filled Tang San's heart with a feeling of excitement. He knew that cultivating under these kinds of circumstances would have enormous benefits to him. It was the reason he immediately started cultivating. Leaving that kind of immense pressure gave Tang San's whole body a feeling as if ascending to immortality. Without the oppression of the sea god's light, his body seemed to relax completely, every cell cheering jubilantly. Tang San had discovered that the pressure of the sea god's light came completely from the front. To bring Xiao Wu through this trial, he had to let Xiao Wu conform to his body as closely as possible, and use spirit power to protect her. Of course, Tang San also knew that this would consume his spirit power even faster, and Xiao Wu's body would also suffer a certain amount of pressure. To complete this trial would still take countless attempts and even greater strength. When Tang San awoke from cultivation, he only felt the inner strength within his body so abundant it could burst out, immensely relaxing. Only the sweat soaking his clothes from the climb just now was a bit uncomfortable. Xiao Wu was fast asleep leaning against Bai Chenxiang. Besides Bai Chenxiang, the others were currently also busy cultivating. From their somewhat sorry appearance could be seen that they'd already climbed the stairs leading to the sea god's hall. Standing, simply exercising his muscles and bones, his muscles tight but not losing flexibility, the weak feeling was completely swept away. On the contrary, he was filled with a feeling of strength. This kind of feeling had also appeared after Tang San recovered back when he cultivated under the waterfall. But it didn't continue for too long, as he adapted to the intensity of the waterfall's strike and his own strength grew. After 1 month of training, this kind of feeling had gradually waned. He clearly understood that, even though this kind of feeling didn't mean his strength had directly increased, it meant that his body's resistance had grown, and his spirit power cultivation speed would also be a lot faster than normal. His goal was 333 steps. It seemed that this could let him cultivate for a very long time. Thinking of this, Tang San's eyes released a barely concealed light of excitement. This Sea God Island, coming here really was the right choice. Third brother, are you all right? Bai Chenxiang said in a low voice. Tang San smiled slightly, walking over to her, looking at Xiao Wu sleeping with a beautiful smile. Why? You haven't tried it? Me? Bai Chenxiang looked distracted. But, I didn't receive the same trial as you. At this point, she couldn't help looking a bit sad. Through the sea god's trials they'd gotten, she deeply understood how large the difference between her and the Shrek 7 devils was. Her original pride from the Speed clan was completely obliterated. Compared to the 7 people in front of her, she really was too far behind. Tang San sternly said. That you haven't gotten the trial doesn't mean you can't try it. Even though this sea god's light will cause enormous pressure, the longer we can stand up to that kind of pressure, the greater the benefits for us spirit masters. Being under the effect of tremendous pressure without threat to your life has the greatest benefit to increasing spirit power. Xiang, don't give up this chance. Fine, then I'll try it too. Seeing Tang San's encouraging expression, Bao Chenxiang carefully handed Xiao Wu to Tang San, assuming the manner the Shrek 7 devils had before as she walked towards the steps. When Bai Chenxiang moved, Xiao Wu also woke up. Seeing that it was Tang San who held her, she nestled against his chest, and her face displayed a bit of satisfaction. Like a child, she grabbed Tang San's lapels, as if afraid he would run. Standing up holding Xiao Wu, Tang San looked after Bai Chenxiang. By now, she had already started climbing the stairs. Being born of the Speed clan, she was most focused on speed, but after taking the first step into the sea god's light, Bai Chenxiang's expression instantly changed. So we can infer that spirit masters at that level can move at 50 km per hour on foot through terrain. It ends here. Gracias amigos. Likes, subscribes, shares and comments.